something.
Right, it's a pretty old. Right, okay, right, we're live now. We're a bit of a delay because I'm not too sure. I think you forgot about it, or the time doesn't mix up or something like that. But yeah, I'm joined.
Yeah, I got the time mixed up.
That's cool. It's all good. So I'm joined here with biggieshaq. First time I actually get to talk with the person to biggieshaq. I think I've always sort of hung out in his streams and sort of feel that I know you because I've heard you talking so many times. How you been? You all right?
Yeah, we hung out on Metarugs.
Did we?
1,000 celebration.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? So I've got a terrible memory. Yeah, we did. That's right. I forgot about that. That was quite a busy stream, though, wasn't it? So we didn't get to sort of like chat one-on-one much.
It was. We didn't really get to.
No.
We didn't get to really talk or nothing, but yeah.
Yeah. So right. So what are the idea of these comic chats that I do? Comic memories. Just I get people to show me 5 of their books with like memories associated with them. Any kind of memories, any kind of fondness or bad memories, whatever that you want to talk about, and we just chat about them. Basically, that's all we do on this. So do you want to show your first book?
Yeah, I do. I got.
I'll put you on big screen. Oh, you're on mute now. No, I just changed to melody, I think.
All right.
Okay.
So I want to start with. I'm going to start with my first CGC book.
Okay. Is that one you sent yourself, or did you buy it at Slabs?
I bought it.
Right. That's a nice one. Is that the first Captain America in his own book?
This is Captain America 100. It's his first Silver Age solo story run.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice one to have.
Yeah, it's not.
It says 2.0, but it looks better than that
though. It looks good, but it's definitely should. It's damaged enough to be a 2.0.
Yeah.
The story with this is that I was watching everybody on YouTube, and I kept seeing people show these slab things.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I gotta get one of those. And I always wanted a Captain America 100, and I ended up paying like $80 for it, which I thought was a good deal because even finding like a raw one cost like $100. So
yeah,
I said, hey, I'll take 2.0.
I need one of those for my collection one day. So what they say you saw like slabs go. So what happened then? So how long have you been collecting for before you sort of discovered about slabs? Did you start collecting as a kid or?
This is about 2.5 years ago, I'd say, and nobody in my town I know has slabs. Like in real life, only slabs I've ever seen are the ones in front of me.
Yeah, I never really knew much about slabs until I started watching YouTube myself.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody else in town, so once I got my own, it was like the first time I ever seen one, and it was definitely from like YouTube.
Yeah.
Like.
But so when did you start collecting comics though? As a kid, did you start collecting as a kid? You didn't just.
I had a really small collection when I was like 13 to 14. I had like 15 to 20 books, so I don't really consider that like collecting. I just had a few books, and then about 5-6 years ago, I was actually about 9 years ago, I started collecting a lot of toys, and my girlfriend. I would give her comic books to like balance out my spending for toys. So I'd buy her the new Gwenpool or the new Walking Dead. The actual first comic I bought when I came back to collecting was an Image first Walking Dead #1, the reprint. I was like, oh wow, that's cool. You get the Walking Dead, because Walking Dead was huge about 5 years ago.
So you was your girlfriend then? You was buying comics for her, but you wasn't actually reading them much yourself, or?
It took me a little while to get my own books. Like it took me I don't know, almost half a year before I was like, you know what, I'm gonna spend some money on a book that I enjoy. Yeah. And I bought some back issues, and it kind of started from there. I got a couple annuals.
Right. It's kind of unusual for like for the lady to be into the comics more than the guy at any point. It's normally the other way around. Normally it's the guys who like the comics and the ladies just tolerate it.
Right. No, I give her credit. It was the Walking Dead TV show, and you know, at the time there was a lot of like chick kind of comic books out. Image had I Hate Fairyland. There was Gwenpool. There was shit, I can't remember them all. Squirrel Girl, Tank Girl, all types of like girly, chicky kind of comics were floating around.
Yeah. So it's only been 5 years then that you've been collecting seriously.
I started collecting more seriously about 2 years ago. Whenever I was like, okay, I'm going to, because I felt like I didn't want to just jump in and buy a bunch of shit because I wasn't smart enough. So it took me a while. I was a little intimidated. I would see the comics. I'd be like, well, this looks like it's worth something. Yeah. And I would kind of think, okay, 12-cent comics have value. You know, if you see a 10-cent comic, that's probably valuable. But I really didn't know what the big keys were besides like the most common ones. So it took me about a year or two watching a bunch of YouTube and figuring out keys and what has value. And then I started buying more bigger books. Yeah,
YouTube, I think, is like, it's kind of like you see comics, you see all the awesome comics that people are showing off, and it just makes you want to get more, doesn't it? It's almost like a bad thing, YouTube. It kind of like feeds like a gateway drug into more comic books. It's like you don't think so?
I'm still not sure I know what I'm doing, Gray, because people would probably spend another $50, $60 and get a 4.0 or 5.0 instead of this 2.0. But for me, I feel like that's a good purchase because now 2.0s are worth a lot more than what I paid for. It seems like the bigger the book you buy, the more of a safe bet it's going to be worth money later.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think like with that kind of thing, like many people have got a 2.0, so I'd be happy to have a 2.0 to be honest. And like I think you buy what you can afford at the time and what you feel comfortable with spending. So I don't think there's any sort of right way or wrong way of doing it. Like if you get more money, you know, you could have bought a higher grade one, but just be happy to have it full stop, as I say. What characters have you got? Like I know you like Kirby. What's your have you got like any characters that are your favorite characters?
My two favorite comic book characters are, first of all, my number one favorite is Superman. Right. Is my favorite character ever. But for Marvel, my favorite character is Captain America.
Yeah.
So you got Superman, and mainly, then you got Captain America for Marvel. But my favorite modern comic, which I read the most and enjoy, is Deadpool.
Okay. You like that sense of humor?
It reminds me of old DC Silver Age. It's just goofy and you know, kind of brings everything together. You get a solo individual story every issue. Deadpool's a fun run. You can pick it up at any point and be satisfied. It's not one of them books you pick up and you're like, what's going on? I don't understand, you know.
Right, yeah. It's not like an ongoing, continuous story where it's important to know what came before kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty smart.
Cool. So, I know you like collect keys in there. Do you collect series as well? Do you collect series to read? Like, have you tried to collect the rest of the Captain America run past that 100?
I'm kind of an opportunist buyer. So if a good opportunity comes my way, and I feel like it's a good purchase, that's the kind of purchasing I am. But if I see a run of books that are easy to grab, like I've finished runs. Like I got the Dark Knight run, I got the Red Goblin run, I got War of Realms, I got a bunch of those, you know, modern kind of runny things. But, like the oldest cool run that I'm like interested in is Mr. Miracle 1 through like 20 with Jack Kirby. I got like 18 of them. There's only 2 I'm missing, and it's just you know, I love like artists. I like Neil Adams. I like Jack Kirby. I like Nick Cardy. So I kind of go for the cover grail key kind of books the most, I think.
Right. I get you. Yeah, I'm kind of like I never was that interested or worried about who did the art. I just want the characters. So if I like a character, I want to get every comic that they're in, kind of thing, if I can, or at least every one of their own run, kind of. So that's just there's not enough money in the world to get all the comics I want.
I like to try to cover all my bases too, Gray. Like I like to have some cool Hulk books. I like to have some cool Captain America books.
Yeah.
Some cool Spider-Man. I like to have about everything. So if I can meet other collectors and they just focus on one thing, I could be like, hey, I got a few of those that are cool too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So some people do that, don't they? Just concentrate on one character exclusively. It's like I'm not sure I could ever do that. I'm pretty sure I couldn't do that. There's too many that I like for me to right. Concentrate just on one character. Well, did you stop collecting modern books as well? I thought at one point you was collecting a load of like modern weekly books, didn't you? Like a weekly pool. Did you not quit the weekly pool a little while back? I think I remember you saying.
That's why I was late. I was down at my local comic shop, and they just got their shipment, and I spent $36 between new books and back issues today. So that's a pretty big haul for me. Right. A lot of them are like 50-cent books. Well, not a lot, like 8 of them are, but yeah, I still buy new comic books. I spend anywhere from like $10 to $20 on New Comic Book Day. That's about it. Nothing too crazy.
You're more kind of like digging through old ones, picking up cool.
Yeah, I love back issues.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I got these two today for like $3 or something.
Yeah, I've seen you sometimes. I'll put your big screen. I see you go through the Shazam. There's so many nice comics. I've seen quite a few people selling Shazams and that. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy them because I haven't got any so far. So there's no point starting the new bloody run. And like
I got 2 spawns today somehow.
World's Unknown Killdozer. 2 spawns, yeah. I'm terrible. I'm terrible because I say to myself, I'm going to collect from 100 to 200 of this run, and then I find ones under 100, and I end up buying them. And it's like, no, I'm not supposed to be buying them. I'm supposed to be concentrating on 100 to 200. But yeah, I tell
myself, when I really spoil myself lately is when I buy like quarter books or 50-cent books. So I bought like 50-cent books today, and they're worthless. Like, you can't get rid of them. But I got a bunch of Megaton Man.
You just want to check out the character. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much of it, so I wanted it. I got a concrete, and just some.
Yeah, I think at 50 cents. 50 cents is like it's not money wasted, is it? It's just like you'll get a read out of it. It's worth 50 cents to have a read. Like I try and pick up like modern books like a few months after they've come off the racks because they go down to like a third of the price. A third of the price, I'm quite happy to buy them, but at full price now, I can't justify the expense.
Right. No, I agree. I like them a lot cheaper. I could wait. Like this book here, I still paid cover price for it.
Yeah.
But it was on the rack, and I was like, I'll give you cover for it. But people are paying more than that. So
yeah, that's
with modern keys, I try not to spend that much on them.
Yeah, I never understood that. This new trend of books going up like within minutes of coming out.
Yeah, they're not time tested, dude.
No, exactly. 3 weeks down the line, they'll be bloody worth nothing again. A lot of these books.
No.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to move on to your next one? Show your next comic memory you want to share?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do. This is a special book to me.
Yeah.
It is the 3rd appearance of Iron Man.
Okay, cool.
And it's a Jack Kirby cover. I got the True Believer of this. I got like 3 of them.
Right.
And
just the 3rd appearance.
Dude, I felt like the gold suit
Jack
Kirby Iron Man is such a cool concept, and that Iron Man 1 from the 70s is like a $300-$400 book at a 0.5 or 1.0. I got this for like $80. It's probably worth a couple hundred, and it's to me this is cooler than a more newer Iron Man, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
he looked classic looking Iron Man. Like he doesn't look as cool like maybe as what he did. There's a certain like coolness about the chunkiness of that old Iron Man suit. If you ask me, I kind of like the progression of Iron Man as well. The way his armor has been updated as he's gone along. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a character all on its own, isn't it? His armor, like he's always updating it. Do you remember in the 70s he had roller skates on his armor? Do you remember that?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, it was at one point he had little pop-out roller skates and he'd skate along. I've no idea why he skated along on roller skates. Because it was the trend of the day. But when you consider that he can fly, you'd think the roller skates were a bit unnecessary.
That'd be dope.
What did you think of the films? What did you think of the Iron Man films? Do you think they did the character justice?
I think that at the time when Robert Downey Jr. did those movies, actors were kind of shying away from superhero movies because Tobey Maguire was complaining about Spider-Man, and they were saying like, "Oh, now you're going to be completely attached to it." And I think that old Robert Downey Jr. really turned the ship around when he did Iron Man 1 because people were like, "Wow, that's really good." And I think that Iron Man, the franchise, is the Kickstarter of the movie, the Marvel comic universe. So I give Robert Downey Jr. a lot of credit.
He was kind of in a bit of a rut career-wise at that point now, wasn't he? Because he had a bit of scandal, hadn't he? Like a bit of he was a bit too fond of I don't know, certain substances. I think I heard, and like I don't know what it was, but stuff that I don't dally with. But yeah, I think it was cocaine or something. I have no idea. But he kind of like pulled his whole career back with Iron Man, didn't he? Really?
No, I think that movie turned his whole career around. Like, even if that's all you do is Iron Man, dude, you're so huge. Yeah. And everybody aspires to get in the Marvel comic universe now. So he really made it cool for all of us. And
I suppose time will tell as well if he actually gets any more acting roles now that he's finished with Iron Man. I'm not seeing him anything since Iron Man.
No, I don't know if he will or not, but even if he don't, he's made in the shade. I feel like this year 2020 has really we got so many speculation books waiting on content to come out. Yeah. I've never seen so many books backed up. Like there's Eternals, Black Widow, like all types of stuff, and we're just waiting,
Yeah, that's true. So it's like, it seems like every week there's a new character like that you've got to speculate on if you want to. Apparently, I think he did jail time according to Dino. Downey did jail time at one point. So yeah, cool. But there is like something about the evolution of his suit which makes Iron Man a really cool character. You can different colours, different bloody shoulder pads or whatever. Have you got a favourite Iron Man armor?
I love Iron Man. I just don't have a ton of his books.
Yeah.
Like once I got this third Iron Man, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. So
that is a really cool one.
You just get a really cool one, Gray, and then you're just like, okay, I'm set.
I'm trying to get like quite a bit I'm trying to get some of the run, but I don't bother going all the way back to the beginning because I can't afford it. So I sort of like pick a number like 100. Oh no, it won't be 100 in this one. It'll be 150 or something, and try and get to the end of the run or 300 or something like that, and like leave it at that. But what was I going to say now? I'm trying to say else I want to say about Iron Man. I forgot what it was. No, my brain's gone. Oh yeah, that's right. People used to say that he wasn't really a big character. I didn't realize, but apparently he was it wasn't that like well selling when they made the movies. Apparently, so I heard.
Yeah, people say he's like a C-list, D-list character. I don't agree. I think that Iron Man is one of the bigger characters. I would say he's definitely top tier.
Yeah, I suppose if you're not in the industry, you don't know so well. But I always considered him like a major character because he's one of the ones that I always collected. Like I don't, when I started buying comics regularly, it was Iron Man was one of the ones that I went for. I didn't really sort of picture him as being like not particularly a good seller because I always bought him. So I suppose I don't know what he was.
I think people just want to kind of knock you down a peg, and they're a little disrespectful. You know, I think any Avenger or X-Men or any of that stuff's pretty good.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to go on to your next one?
Yeah, I got a cool one right here. So this is probably a top 3 Thor cover of my favorite. I got the first Absorbing Man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Jack Kirby, Thor 114, and I just love that Absorbing Man on that cover. That's the first incarnation, first appearance of the Absorbing Man. He's going toe to toe with Jack Kirby. Beautiful red. It's just so much going on, so much action.
Yeah, good, powerful, impactful fight cover.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
There's a few. Kirby did Thor really well. Like he really knocked Thor out of the park, and this is probably a top 5 cover for me. I can't think of maybe a couple more. People always like that Silver Surfer 4. I'm not a big fan. I don't think that it's the. I think that without the rainbow, if you look at the reprint without the rainbow colors, it don't seem as spectacular to me. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
But I would take this book. I would think this is just as good as a Silver Surfer 4. That's just my opinion.
It's got that dynamic impact of them about when Titans clash kind of thing, hasn't it? I also Crusher Creel is such a blinking character. He's been in so many comics. He's been an Avengers foe. He's been an Iron Man foe. He's been a Hulk foe. He's fought everybody. So he's a real kind of integral villain in the Marvel universe, isn't he?
He could be used a lot of different ways, and he pops up in new books every now and then. And I like that Immortal Hulk incarnation of him where he was red. And
that's right. Yeah, he absorbed something, didn't he? He absorbed the Immortal Hulk's power or something. I can't remember why he turned red, but yeah,
he's a classic character. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just a dynamic, beautiful cover. Like I've always wanted this. I had a couple extra dollars. I finally got the bad boy. So
he's probably got one of the most understated looks of a villain as well. He's got no kind of fancy costume. He's just whatever he's wearing, isn't it? Like in that one, it looks like he's just broken out of prison. I think he get broken out of prison. Is that why he's got a ball and chain?
Is this the same? Is Absorbing Man and Hulk 182 or 183? Is that the same? Or is that they're different, right?
I'm not sure about 183, but
I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there's like an Absorbing Man kind of looking guy in the Hulk right after Hulk 181.
Oh, wasn't there 2 guys, Hammer and Anvil? Was that not 182?
Yeah, Hammer and Anvil.
Yeah, no, those are different guys.
Yeah, but they look a lot. One of them look a lot like Absorbing Man.
Oh, right, yeah. Now, Absorbing Man he's been in plenty. I'm surprised he's not been in the blinking film yet. I think he was in the TV show, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think Absorbing Man was on there. I'm surprised he's not been in any of the movies. He'd be like he could be used in any movie, like any superhero Marvel movie, because he's just such a classic villain.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm showing a little bit bigger books, but I think that I love bigger books just because they're nostalgic and people like whenever I first started collecting, I never thought I'd be able to have some of the stuff I have. So once I get it, I just appreciate it so much. You know?
Yeah. How did that come about? Did you make a list of what characters you wanted to get the first appearances of, or was it just you saw that in a shop going for a certain amount and thought, fuck it, I'm buying that one? Or how did you come to pick that one up?
Well, I got this range where I spend about $30 to $150 on certain books, and I look for, like I said earlier, I'm an opportunist buyer. Yeah. So whenever I see a book that I'm looking for dip in value, it may not be the book I want the most of the time, but it's the cheapest at that available opportunity. Yeah. So, like for instance, my New Gods 1 I got, it's back there on the wall. It's right over my shoulder, right there, or whatever. Yeah, I got that for $110. I was waiting for it to have a nice bright cover, and it's a 5.0. It was $115. I've never seen it at that price, so I bought it. my timely above my head, behind my fat head by my Hulk 2 right there.
It's pretty big. Oh, the Captain America, yeah.
Yeah, that's Captain America 68. I always wanted a timely, and I never had enough money, and I sold a bunch of books. I saved up $300. I had a 1-day offer to get this book. They said, if you can't buy this book today, we're gonna sell it to somebody else.
Right.
So I sold a bunch of shit, and I got help from the community. My boy Steve Whiting gave me $100, so that made it easier for me to get it. And then Don Dizzle put 50 on it. So I was ready to sell like damn near.
That's cool.
But I ended up only having to sell like a quarter of it, and I ended up getting that. So not all these books are like stuff that, like this Hulk 2 I got for free. Those people sent to me. A lot of people AOK stuff. That's the biggest gift.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was the? Cause I've seen you go. I've had a few AOKs. I see you get quite a few AOKs as well. Which AOK has blown you away the most? Have you ever opened an AOK and been like speechless for a bit? Like,
well, I'll tell you the truth. The first one that really shocked me was this. You can't see it unless you go
yeah.
big.
I thought you big.
So I got a Superman 23. If I can get to it, you can't hardly see it that well, but it's back there. Superman 23. I got this from Dr. Man Cave.
Oh yeah.
And that one,
Superman 23.
That was like, oh my God, it's a golden age.
Wow.
From the 40s. And then he gave me a World's Finest 2, which is completely. There you go. That looks a little bit better.
World's Finest number 2.
World's Finest number 2, 1939.
My God.
Or 1941. So stupid old, right?
Wow.
It's the first time they ever called it World's Finest. Before it was called World's Best and World's Fair. This is on this cover right here. And mind you, those 2 books are free from the same guy. Like,
yeah, that is amazing, awesome stuff.
On this cover right here, it's the 3rd time Batman, Robin, and Superman were ever on a cover together.
Wow, that's proper history. We seem to have lost him. What do I do? Let's get off the screen and let's put it on screen on me for a bit. Well, that's unfortunate, and I've not even got any comics. I've got some comics here. Let me find some comics to show. Everyone, check out my blog. My blog's coming up later, and check out yesterday's blog if you haven't already, because it was my 300th blog. I'll let me just find some comics to show while hopefully biggieshaq is. I'll give him a couple of minutes. If not, we might have to end it. I don't know what's happened there. If his phone has just died, or he's got some lovely books there. Looking just to get a Superman in double figures is like amazing. I haven't got a single Superman that's not in triple figures. To get one in double figures, number 23, it's like wow. And to get a World's Finest as low a number as that is just. One day I'll sort of want to get a golden age book or 2, but like I've got so many silver age and that I still want. Send you another invite. Have you not got it on your emails still? Right, let me get my window open. Send you an email. There you go. Right, front way to you now, mate. Hopefully you'll get in. Yeah, I've sent it to him. Yeah, his computer died without warning. Yeah, I've emailed it to you again, mate. Let's show you some more Mystery in Space. Mystery in Space. So this is Mystery in Space from like 2007. What about a Mystery in Space from the 50s or whenever the original Mystery in Space came out? Yeah, I think Mystery in Space is where Captain Comet first came about, because he's like one of the only like atomic age characters, isn't he? We're called the Atomic Age, like in the 50s. He was the first mutant in comic books, preceding the X-Men mutants. So, here he is. Okay, let's put him back in the stream. Add him back to the stream. Hey, mate, all right?
Yeah, classic biggieshaq. To finish off where I was, okay, so the last book I want to talk about is Go ahead and pop me a big one more time, Big Gray, homie.
Okie
It's this Incredible Hulk 2.
Yeah.
The whole community, they did a GoFundMe, and like 30 people chipped in $30 to $40, and
Wow.
they all came together and saved up like $900 or $1,000 within 8 hours or some ridiculous shit. It was the craziest thing, and people are just so nice. And every time I think like, if there's people that don't like me or whatever, and I get grief or whatever, I always remember that I got this incredible help too from people that care about me, and it's a book I never thought I'd get. Just like those Golden Age Superman, I thought I could get, but nothing that cool, you know. So
that is awesome. That's like you say, you've got to concentrate on the people who like people like you, and not worry about, because what gets me when I come to your streams, before you even started, you've got like 2 or 3 thumbs down. I'm like, what's all this about? You know, why did arseholes do that in the first place? Just come in to put thumbs down and then bugger off. You know, that just gets on my nerves. But like, you know, like you say,
I don't know. I've always kind of been an easy target, Gray, because I bring it on myself, and I look for, like, okay, if one of my friends get messed with, I'll go and try to deal with it instead of having my friend deal with it, and I'll attract all the heat. So I kind of ask for it, but lately I've been just trying to be nice and be very giving. Like, I've been giving books away weekly for about a month now, and I've been trying to be super cautious of the way I treat people in the community. I try to be nice to people, and anybody that really knows me knows that I'll go to bat for anybody. I'm here to support any one of y'all. The only people I have problems with are people that badmouth me. I don't start shit with anybody for no reason. So
when I see some of your stuff, it's just like you're just having a laugh, you know, not really being mean or nasty to people. I never thought. Just like you're having a bit of fun. Yeah. Oh shit! I think my battery's about to die. My bloody laptop. Oh shit!
At least you saw the damn warning. My shit just went dead.
Yeah, I'll put you on big screen for a second. You can talk about your next book, and I'm gonna quickly run through my lead.
So here's my 4th book. This book is a high grade, 9.0 or higher. Mr. Miracle #6. What's cool about this book, I don't have a Mr. Miracle 1. Maybe one day I'll get it. But this is the first Funky Flash Man and the first, what is the chick squad on here? Female fatales. I don't know what the hell they're called, but the chick squad. Anyways, what I like about this book is the cover is goddamn beautiful. It's one of my favorite Jack Kirby covers, period. And the Funky Flashman is a funny adaptation of Stan Lee. That's Jack Kirby made it by Stan Lee. And I just love this book so much, dude. It was the header of my channel for as long as I've been around. I just recently switched it, but this book has just got all the machinery, all the action, the muscle, the anatomy. It's got it. I mean, this is where I think Jack Kirby was like, yo, Marvel's old news. Here's DC is where it's at now, you know? And this was a big time fucking cover back then, dude.
Yeah, he made a lot of stuff at DC, didn't he? Like you say, Mr. Miracle, the whole of the New Genesis and Apocalypse, a Dark Side. You know, really made a big impact when he went over to DC. Is Big Barda in that one, or does she not come to a later issue?
There's just so much history in this little 32-page book, 48-page book. There's the Chick Force. There's the Flashman.
The Fatal Furies, is it? Or the Femme Fury? Fatal Fury. Like that. Yeah, Female Fury. I think that's something like
the execution of the way he brings the cover together with how all that comes together, man, just really good.
Comic Mag Muses want you to say hello, comic fam.
Hello, comic fam. Can Biggie please say hello, comic fam? I got a new one. I'm gonna start calling it the Bang Gang, not Gang Bang, Bang Gang.
The Bang Gang, right? Yeah, they're all the bangers and clangers. Yeah, you've been quite. That's a good thing to talk about with your channel as well. You've been quite innovative with your usually like one of the first ones I saw did the wrestling kind of themes, and also the bangers and clangers catchphrase.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to think that I influenced the culture. I like to say Jack Kirby did it for the culture. I do too. I feel like if someone else did it before me, I kind of don't want to do it, but I might try to enhance entertainment I've seen before. I tell you who's wicked fucking smart, dude, that I'm the biggest fan of, and I'm so lucky to know the guy. Comic Head 84 is legit the fucking most entertaining channel. He's a great collector. The guy inspires the shit out of me. And I love the guy.
He can just sit and talk on his own for an hour, can't he? He can just sit and talk on his own for an hour, showing a few books. He's like smooth.
He really is. I probably watch his. Honestly, I watch my own channel more than anything to try to critique myself and work on the way I do stuff on my channel. But besides me, I watch him more than anybody else.
Yeah.
So
I miss the good old days. I miss the good old days of his channel where he used to drop books every week. He hasn't dropped a book for ages, I don't think.
Sometimes I kind of look over how fascinating 84 is. Like I had him in my chat the other day and I didn't really say, hey, it's Comic Head 84. I just was like, hey, 84, I need to like acknowledge that he's a big part. I didn't have any friends on here at all, really. Like he was one of the first people in my chat. Yeah. You remember, like there was nobody in my chat and Greyman would be there. Well, 84 would also pop in, Mr. Miracle, all these guys I know are really nice. D-Runk, Man Caves is probably the guy I talk to the most out of everybody. But 84 is my like kind of sidekick kind of guy. I'm kind of his sidekick, whatever you want to call it. But,
equal partners.
We enjoy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, not Batman and Robin. It's more like Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, it's like Macho Man, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, when they're not fighting each other, that's probably not a very good. Only a finite amount of time they were ever friends. Them two.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same without him, dude. It would not. Yeah. I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I do if 84 was gone.
Yeah. Did we see all 5 of your books yet? I'm not even sure. I always lose track of whatever we see, but I think we just showed a few.
No, I got one more left. This is my holy grail for like 3 years. I would go to bed at night, dreaming I'd get this book. It got so expensive, and I waited.
I remember you getting that. I think first appearance of the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
It's a cool book that not a lot of people have. First of all, and I enjoy that. And out of all the Amazing Spider-Man #1s, I'd say it's top 3. Maybe second best. I mean, of course they have 15, but you got Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then you got Amazing Annual 1. I would say this is better than Spectacular 1. And it's first Sinister Six. I got for $135. I waited. I would have took anything. I was thinking about buying a coverless, whatever, dude.
Get a reproduction cover.
I would say this is probably a $300 book now. I paid $130 for it, maybe more.
That's just getting. It's one of the things. Is buying them at the right time, isn't it? If you remember to buy them at the right, or manage to buy them at the right time, then you're good.
Yeah, I bought it about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I particularly like that one because I had a reprint of that. I remember being on holiday somewhere and like I picked up a reprint and I read it must have read it about 4 or 5 times while I was away on holiday because I think it was the only comic book I had with me. And I don't know what happened to it. I've no idea what happened to it. I think I bought it in like Spain or something like that. But it was in English language. But I'm sure I bought it in Spain. But yeah, I don't even remember. But I'd love to have one of those just for that story. Because I still remember that story to this day, like where they take him on one at a time, don't they? Rather than all ganging up on him together, they take him on one at a time, if I remember. And I remember Sandman fights him in a airproof box, and he ends up running out of breath, and that's how Spider-Man defeats him.
There's 2 books, Gray, that I would have damn near traded it my whole collection to get at one point, and it would have been the timely Captain America 68 and this Amazing Annual 1. I used to think I would trade down everything I have just to get a nice issue of it, and I ended up getting low grades and didn't have to trade that much.
That's good.
I would much rather not get rid of stuff I have and just buy it than trade and lose everything.
Tell us a story about how you got that one. Anyway, let's go into that. How did you get hold of that one? Was it you just saw it on the shop, or you saw it out on eBay?
I actually have one in hand, and the shop owner took it and wouldn't give me an offer and sold it to somebody else just because I think they knew they can get a little bit more money. So they could have offered to me for the same amount. I probably would have paid it, but they played favorites. So once I have a book in hand in real life, I ain't able to buy it. I really get drawn to it. Same thing happened with that Captain America 100. And I just waited until I saw one on eBay I could buy. And I had enough money because my girlfriend got a college tuition, and it was $130. So I was just like, hell yeah, I'll take it. So I didn't have to do anything. So it's,
Yeah. So let's talk about like what's your goals going forwards? Have you got like now you've got the 2 books that you were like really had your heart set on? Have you like, are you going to retire now, not buy any more comic books? Or it's like you want to upgrade those, or you've got some other ones that you now think you really want?
There's 2 books that's really on my radar. There's Action Comics 242, First Brainiac.
Oh yeah,
it's always been an expensive book.
Is that not first Supergirl as well as Brainiac? No, that's the Metallo. Sorry, it's Metallo.
252 is 252 is first Supergirl. 242 is first Brainiac.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna have to spend about $500 to $600 to get a copy.
Yeah.
But,
so far, I've
got
not
a
gone
picture
over 300. 300 is the most I've spent so far, and I try not to do that again. I don't put your big screen.
Yeah, 242.
Oh yeah, I recognise it. I've seen that cover. Yeah.
It's a Kurt Swan cover. I'm a big Kurt Swan fan, and it's one of the it's probably the biggest Silver Age Superman book in my opinion. Besides that, there's been a book that recently became popular that I'm pretty dead set on getting. Is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures 1, First Crane, Bebop, and Rocksteady, because in my mind, it's probably the second best Turtles book. I know people think Raphael #1, First Casey Jones is the second biggest, and it probably is rare, but to me, Crane, Bebop, and Rocksteady are way better than Casey Jones. So I want that. I feel like TMNT Adventures 1 at $100 to $200 is a good buy. So I'm gonna try to get that for Christmas, and I also want that 242. Those are like the 2 big books right now.
Right.
And of course, I want another timely too, dude. There's always something you want, but I do want another timely.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just like and every time you watch another person's video, there's a new book that you see that you think, oh, I wouldn't mind getting that one. it just never ends, does it? And I've got like
3 or 4 books that are really, really important that I'm going to get before the end of next year. I got my top 10 this year, which I couldn't believe I did. That Incredible Hulk 2 was just a dream. Like I put it on my top 10 just for shits and giggles, and I wasn't going to buy it. There was no way, but the community bought it for me, so I was just like, "Fuck yeah!" You see people that get like these big grails for AOKs, and I was like, "Man, that'd be." I always hoped that would happen to me, and it fucking did. So
that's good, man. That's cool. Yeah, I've not really got. I've got a couple of like big ones. The main sort of like. I just concentrate more on doing my runs and trying to get cheap books. I'd rather get like 50 books for £1 each than 1 book for 50 quid, if you know what I mean. Just fill out the gaps. But obviously, there's a few keys that I'd like to get. But if I'm happy with thinking facsimiles. But the one that I've kind of like thought of recently that I wanted to get, just because I like to think to get some like first appearance of villains. I'd love to get the first Rhino. That first Rhino cover is awesome. Was it Amazing Spider-Man 40 or 50, whatever it is? That's just a freaking excellent cover. And I kind of think I want the first Stiltman as well, just because he's such a daft supervillain. And that cover's quite a good one as well. So that's the 2 I'm kind of thinking I might get.
Like I said, I'm like an opportunist buyer, so
yeah,
I'll see something come up cheap and I got this for like $10, I think.
Yeah.
Batman I got for like $8. This is a cool book. I never thought I'd have. I got it for $30. This is the second Teen Titans ever. Cool.
Nice. Showcase is that? Is that Showcase? Is that Showcase?
Brave and the Bold.
Oh, Brave and the Bold. Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
Brave and the Bold. I can't read the number right now. I think it's like 63 or something.
Yeah, nice.
Just some cool. Yeah, these are just randos I got. Here's Mr. Miracle. Here's a cool book.
I'm happy with low grade. Yeah, that's cool.
I got this for $30. You can't find these for less than 100.
What's the best find that you've had? But best because you're always out going down at flea markets or these shops. What's the best find? The like cheapest good key that you remember getting?
Last week I got a First Thunderbolts for $1.
Oh wow!
And before that, I got a Jimmy Olsen 134 for $5. Those are like the two best finds.
Is that Dark Side?
Yeah, first Dark Side.
Ah, man. Gino doesn't like the first Rhino cover. Don't know why. I think he looks awesome on that cover.
I do. I got
the whole cover.
I got the first Rhino right there.
Yeah, that's why that's kind of like the one the main kind of one I'm thinking of. I want at the moment. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, one because rhinos are my favourite animals. I like rhinos as an animal, and also I just think that's an awesome cover. He just commands that. That one's going expensive now, isn't it? Is that one going for money now? I'm sure I saw someone get it.
Stupid money, Gray. It's super expensive, bro.
I didn't understand why, because I saw someone get it in a mystery box, and I was like, why is that? Like, why is he happy with that? So I thought that was like a £1 comic. I thought that was. I didn't realize it had some reason shot up, and I kind of looked it up. Couldn't work out why.
A book I got for $1 a couple weeks ago.
Is that the first Thunderbirds?
Yeah, I got this for $1. Like actually 90 cents.
Wow.
Here's a cool book I don't see many people show. Is First Silver Age Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, I got that the other day. I picked it up a little while back. That was one of the ones that was key that I wanted because I love Blue Beetle.
That's a great Submariner cover. Here's a cool book, Gray. First Hercules.
Awesome, yeah.
Nice. The Mystery Annual 1. Here's another one. First Molten Man. Got that for like $80.
Right. I haven't got many. I don't think I've got any like Spider-Man keys to be honest. I did. Yeah. I don't think I've got any decent. Well, I've got like a Carnage and Hobgoblin. I got those, but I missed for some reason. My comic shop never gave me the first Venom, even though I was collecting it at that time. He never put it in my box.
The best buys I get are when I wait forever on eBay, or a friend of mine in the community is selling books.
Right. Yeah.
And then my antique shop, if I'm lucky enough to find it at an antique shop, like in hand, those are always great buys too.
Yeah. Oh man. But have you got any other comics you want to share? I've got to go and have some dinner. I think it's getting around to my dinner time.
I'll show one more before we get out of here.
Yeah.
I got a book because it's my mom's favorite comic, and it's another book I never thought I'd get, but I waited and I saw one cheap enough, and I just said, all right, I'll get it. It's my mom's favorite.
Poison Ivy. Nice. Yeah. Awesome.
It's a 0.5.
Oh, it looks good for me, huh?
Yeah. It's missing a centerfold, but it's still blue label.
Yeah. That's decent. I was going to ask you as well, actually. Do you collect any of your birthday books at all? You ever collect your birthday books?
I got one. It's a Daredevil Frank Miller cover, May 1981. It's the one where Kingpin is like up in the buildings and shit. It's hard to explain.
I don't remember it, but yeah, cool.
So yeah, this one was my mom's favorite, and then I got another one that you could see behind my head.
It's pretty big again.
The first Vision back there.
Oh, yeah.
My girlfriend.
Awesome.
There's another book I want to point out is that Golden Age Submariner. That's a big book.
That's cool.
And then
You've got loads of thinking keys, mate. Loads of like really sort of like, people will be like happy to have any of them. You know what I mean?
I got a New Mutants 98. I spent $340 on that motherfucker.
Right.
It's a 9.4, and then
That's
this X-Men 94 is one of my biggest X-Men books. I got a first Juggernaut too, but that X-Men 94 is important to me because it's kind of like Giant Size in X-Men 1. It's the first time in the story, so that's all. They spent $300. All these books are mega important to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. It never ends, is it? Because they'd always find another book. I can't imagine anyone sort of sitting down and going, "Hold on a second, I've got every single book that I want now." I couldn't imagine that ever being the day, because I'm always finding new ones that I want to buy, even if it's like modern like miniseries or anything. But like to me, I'd love to finish collecting my Flash, my Hawkman, my Atom runs. I'd love to finish all those off one day. That'd be cool. But it's just, hopefully we'll live long enough to buy all the comics and read all the comics that we want. That'd be nice.
The most important of all, Gray, the most expensive book I have is Darkhawk Born.
That's a good copy. Well, I've actually bought that recently myself, but that's another one I'm trying to fill out, the Darkhawk one. There's so many ones I'm trying to fill.
I better get out of here before I get my butt whipped, Gray. I had a great time.
Worries, mate. Yeah, cool, hanging out, man. I've got to go and get my dinner on as well. So, but
I'm such a pain in the ass, but I think we got a good video.
Yeah.
This was fun.
It's all good, man. It's all good. And I think I've got Comic Deal coming on in a couple of days' time. Comic Deal was in the chat. He's going to be coming on, and we're going to be having a chat about his comic memories. And anyone else wants to come and join me to talk comic books any day, just message me on Instagram. You want to show that Popeye that you got?
Yeah, you got any of these, Great Man?
No.
This is a 1934 Popeye.
Wow.
I think his first news clip was in 1919, but this is the oldest comic book character paraphernalia I got right here, and I paid $7 for it. It's in pretty good shape. I would say it's probably worth about $80 to $100. Nobody can pay it.
What is that actually? Is that a book or is it a
it is
game or something? Oh right, I see that side.
No, it's a they call it I think they call it elongated size or long size, something.
Right, and it's all got strips inside.
It's a big book Whitman. It was actually printed in my state in Akron, Ohio. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Too.
That's
look
local book.
It's a fucking enemy of Popeye, Pluto.
Oh, Pluto,
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I think the oldest book I've got is like 1950s, Rima the Jungle Girl, like the classics illustrated of her book Green Mansions. I think that's the oldest one I've got at the moment. I'd like to get a book from the year that my mum was born. I'd like to get a birthday book from when my mum was born and a birthday book from when my dad was born. But I think my dad's going to be a bloody hard one because I think it's 1938. So I think it'll be a bit tricky trying to get one from March 1938.
Wow.
I think he's slightly older than Batman, my dad. I think he's just a little bit older than Batman, a little bit younger than Superman. I wish he'd bought their comics when he was a kid and kept them, but no, he never did. Yeah, Eric, you have to come on and show some of your comic books sometime. And Rachel, if you want to come and talk comic books sometime or music at some point, that'd be cool. Anyway, so we're going to get out of here then. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you for having me, Greg.
Yeah, it's cool to have a little sit down and chat. And maybe we'll do it again some other time. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe you come to music memories with us sometime.
I look forward to it.
All right.